day of your life? What was the day in your life that made your throat stop? Could not breathe. There was no moisture. What was the day that your very world consumed? Mr. Chairman. Fellow Toastmasters and our esteemed guests, I have lived a month's worth of these horrid days in the span of the past few months. You see, over the course of the past few months, I have been evicted from my home. I have been slandered by my job, handcuffed and beaten. I have found myself in debt. I have lost many of my assets. I have been through the proverbial hell itself. Yet at the same time, I can stand here this evening, I can stand here tonight and state that in spite of my circumstances, in spite of the cards that life had dealt me, it did not consume me. So, fellow Toastmasters and guests, when the topic of the word consumption comes to mind, it brings forth the fact that throughout each and every one of our lives, there has been some instance, some situation, some predicament that has left us in a position where we felt hopeless. We felt as if we could not go on, despite no matter how somebody has said to you, hey, it's okay. Grief comes, you can move on from there. You may lose a car, it'll be fine. You may lose a home, it'll be fine. You may lose the speak of the night, it's fine. We have these moments in our lives that make us feel deflated and defeated. Yet, in spite of those moments, do we not all find slight opportunities, slight periods within those incidents to rise above them? And not just rising above them, but rising above them smarter. And with a new insight, so that when situations like these arise again, we can still stand before them with strength amongst us and deep within us. See, fellow Toastmasters and guests, these situations, when they arise, they start out small, as just one single, the loss of a friend, for example. We've had a loved one, family member, someone close to us pass away at some point in each of our lives. And when they pass away, oftentimes, you don't really want no one around. You don't want someone saying to you, I'm here for you, I'm praying for you, have my condolences. I mean, what does condolences even mean? It holds no bearings. It has no weight to the grief that you are bearing. And it begins to spread. It starts to stretch over where now you weren't interested in people too much, but now when they're constant, it's okay. I'm here for you. Now you don't really want to be around me. You find yourself detaching away from social media. Sometimes you don't even want to go to work, especially if you have what so many people refer to as a stupid advisor rather than supervisor. You don't really want to be around folks. No. And then it spreads over to now, you don't really want to eat. No. And what's worse, you're not eager to be around people, you're not eager to eat, and now you begin to lose. It spreads like an infection. It spreads like tuberculosis. Tuberculosis is a disease that starts out very small and very simple within the body. But it can spread from just the lungs to your kidney, your brain, your skin, your eyes, any part of your body. It reaches over, grabs onto it. Hence, the ancient name for tuberculosis being the consumption. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, it's for this purpose I bring forth to you the challenge and the urge to never allow your circumstances and your situations that may sound so small, and while it may be significant to you, it is not the end of you. while these situations may have you bound and tied down and in a position where you cannot even think to look on for a brighter tomorrow and a better day to come, always bear in mind that though tomorrow may seem hard, it may seem heavy, it may not seem like the type of thing you want to even see. Being present in tomorrow is an absolute promise that it can be better than the day before. As a fellow Toastmasters, yes, I urge you, I charge you, I encourage you. Do not allow the things that consume you in your everyday lives. It may not be as drastic as a car accident, family member passing away. It may not be as drastic as not being paid in over a year, you cannot find a job. It could be something as simple as someone cutting you off at the light by Shirley Street and Blue Hill Road. Many people know that light right there, someone always running past. It may be red, but they don't stop. Yet if you were to let that person who cut you off get into your mind, and you're already heading home from work after a long day, it spreads into your family, and it consumes the joy that you could have had for the rest of that evening. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, do not allow the negativity and the difficulties to take advantage of you. Be strong, be of good faith, and on all things, be encouraged. This is Jim.